How's it, everybody? How's it, everybody? It's your favorite sheriff here. How's it, everybody? Sistah Moki here, and you lucky it's not Monday. How's it, everybody? My name is Zavier Cummings. I'm from Kapaʻa on the east side of Kauaʻi, and I graduated from Kapaʻa High School. I am a local comedian.
Zavier Cummings is part of a new generation that's bringing local comedy back to the 808. This Kapaʻa boy, better known as Howsdisguy, has garnered over 126,000 followers on Instagram and over 16,000 YouTube subscribers. His videos combined have racked over 1 million views. You might recognize him as Brother Z, Nīele Patrol, or fan favorite Sistah Moki. His work has taken him overseas, and he's collaborated with the likes of Max Holloway, Toyota Hawaiʻi, and more. Kauaʻi born and raised, Zavier is a classic story of a country kid living his biggest dream.
Growing up with my dad and stuff like that from a young age, he's very much like that uncle. That he's probably one of the most realest guys I've ever met. He's funny, super charismatic, and he just doesn't really care like when it comes to other people. And from a young age, he really instilled just being able to like be comfortable like within your own skin. I was in 5th grade elementary. My dad rolls up to come pick me up from school, okay? If brada no show up with one mohawk, I was just sitting there on the bench with all my friends, and bro, they was just cracking up. They was like teasing me for that whole week. Like going back to school, they would just keep making jokes. I asked my dad if he could just shave his whole head off. He asked me why. I told him, bro, because you straight up embarrassing me at school. And then he told me, well, ask me if I care what your friends think. Like what resonated with me the most looking back at that particular moment was just, why care? Honestly, from that point on, I was like, kind of thought the same thing. Like, why should I care about what people think? I was always kind of that unique kind of class clown, but kind of just a weirdo. I'm not even gonna lie, like I own that, I love it. I love that lesson from such a young age kind of propelled me and just in my career to create the like positive environments that I have with people nowadays. I was never that guy to be set like on one particular thing. I never knew what I wanted to be. I never even know what I was good at. What is expected of people on Kauaʻi after like high school is you pause school, you go to college, find one job in the state or the county. So I got interviewed to work as a custodian at one of the local elementary schools. On campus, I would make everybody laugh, all the way down to the kindergartners. So the principal came to me and wanted to start a program where time with me, they'd have to earn that. All of these kids started to do better grades. They were better to their classmates, you know. As I was working with these kids, I got the opportunity to MC a welcome back assembly. I'm super nervous before I go on it. Grabbed the microphone, went out in front of the school. I kind of just start riffing, what's up everybody? Just going off, and the kids are loving it, the kids are screaming. Some of the teachers were filming that. It got a bunch of great feedback on Facebook. One of the teachers, she came to me afterwards and she's like, Zavier, you did such a great job. I need you to MC my wedding. I told her, well, you better find somebody else in 6 weeks, because I promise you I will not be doing it. A week of, she's like, oh, are you ready? I'm not even gonna look for anyone else. You're emceeing my wedding. Ended up emceeing her wedding. I had the time of my life. I had so much fun. People were asking me for cards. Oh, do you have a card? I was like, oh no, I don't. I don't even do this, you know? I'm not that guy. And then she gave me an envelope. She's like, no, take this, because one day you're gonna be doing the same thing for a lot more money. If she didn't force me to do that, I don't think I would have ever gotten to the point where I trusted in my abilities to, whether that be doubts of like entertaining an entire crowd or being as professional as I thought I had to be at a wedding. I've never emceed anything, yet I was thinking of the worst possible outcome. I think you'd be really surprised when you take that step and you take that leap of into the unknown. All it is unfamiliar feelings. Bro, you've never been there and you don't know what the outcomes could be. Why not make it the best experience ever? For the first time ever, I had a vision, you know what I mean? For what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be in the future, which was creating these experiences. So I figured, oh, let me try and let me start making my own videos, not thinking anything of it. No goals, no end goal, and I make my first video ever, and it was called Skanking 101. Went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and I think the video had around 80,000 views or something like that. Passion Santos, who's a comedian here on Oahu, I would love to fly you up to Oahu to come and hang out with us at Major Reja. I'm there, you know what I mean? Kauaʻi boy, I'm like, what? So I fly up, I meet Passion, I meet all these other influencers that at the time I was like mega fans of. That was for me my aha moment, where I'm in this crowd of people on Oahu at Waikiki Shell listening to one of my favorite bands, surrounded by all of my favorite influencers, all because of one video. Who knows what might happen if you keep this up. From that point on, I went back home. We would be filming Monday through Thursday, and I would edit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it just kept going for like, I would say a solid 8 months to a year. I was still working as a custodian. It took me 3 years to finally secure the position. And that same week, KHON reached out to me, and they were asking if I wanted to host the show. Without even going to my employer, I told him, yep, straight up. He sent over the papers. I signed it, everything. Went back to my employer and I said, hey, boss man, I just got this killer opportunity to host 12 segments on KHON called Cover 2. And he told me, we can't do that because we don't have anyone to fill your spot. I'm like, oh, so you're saying that I can't do it? He was like, yeah. I said, well, I guess that means I gotta put my 2 weeks in. That's what I gotta do, because I'm not gonna pass this opportunity up. Meanwhile, you know, my grandparents, for them, no way. There's no way. Why would you ever do that? You've made it. You know what I mean? That's where you should want to be, and it never was. You have to make the decision that is best for you, not anybody else. Some of you guys might even be watching this, be like, bruh, that was just some custodial job. Like, that's easy. Like, he can always go back. At the time, brother had no money. There was nothing really on the horizon for me in terms of like direction. All I knew was like, this is where I'm going, or this is the direction that I'm going. I don't know where it's gonna lead me to. You gotta take that first leap, because you never know what's gonna happen. All of the doors that have opened up since then, because I got to focus more on what I wanted to do. And we try to like put a title on ourselves, like what are we? Don't even worry about that. Just do the things do what you love. Just because you don't know your end goal or where you want to end up, you gotta start. Do the things that you enjoy doing, and nurture that uniqueness. Hawaii is very much like, you're not cool if you're not on hammer, if you don't do this, if you don't do that. For me, I just kind of did my own thing, and like, yeah, I dress up as a girl on Mondays. I'm kind of awkward, but I leaned into that more, and I nurtured a lot of that uniqueness, and it's gotten me to where I am today.